If you're a football fan, you know that the game is always changing. But one thing that never changes is where the best talent comes from. Every year, certain states produce players who end up dominating on college fields and maybe even in the pros someday. The 2026 class is shaping up to be special, with some surprising states rising and some usual powerhouses holding strong. So today, we're going to look at the top 10 states where the best football prospects are coming from this year. Whether you're a player, coach, or just a fan, this list will give you a fresh look at the future of football talent across the country. Let's get into it. 10. Georgia. Starting off at number 10, we have Georgia. Now, Georgia has been known for football talent for years, but it's been stepping up even more lately. The state has a rich high school football culture with some of the best programs in the nation. Schools like St. Thomas Aquinas and Buford have consistently produced Division I athletes. What's exciting about Georgia in 2026 is the balance between skill positions and linemen. This year's crop includes some strong quarterbacks, running backs, and tight ends, but also big, athletic offensive and defensive linemen who catch the eye of college scouts. Georgia's high school games are packed with fans, and the competition is fierce. Players here grow up in an environment where football feels like a big deal, which helps them develop toughness and skill from a young age. 9. Florida. Coming in at number 9 is Florida. It's no secret that Florida is a football hotbed. The warm weather means players can practice year-round, and the state has a huge population of young athletes. For 2026, Florida continues to produce a lot of speedsters and explosive playmakers. Think wide receivers and defensive backs who can change the game with their athleticism. But it's not just about speed. Florida also has some physically dominant linemen and linebackers who make big impacts on both sides of the ball. The state's high school football scene is extremely competitive, with programs like IMG Academy and Booker T. Washington standing out. College recruiters are always watching Florida closely because the talent pool is deep and diverse. 8. Texas. At number 8, Texas keeps its reputation alive as a football factory. Texas is famous for producing players who are big, strong, and skilled. In 2026, Texas continues to shine, especially when it comes to quarterbacks and linebackers. The state has a strong tradition of tough, physical football, and the coaching at many Texas high schools is top-notch. Players here tend to be well prepared for the next level because of the emphasis on fundamentals and physical conditioning. Plus, Texas high school football games attract huge crowds and create a competitive atmosphere that helps players grow mentally as well as physically. The state's sheer size means there are always hidden gems waiting to be discovered. 7. California. Next up, at number 7 is California. California might not always get the spotlight for football as much as some other states, but it has a steady flow of talent. In 2026, California is producing some incredibly skilled wide receivers, defensive backs, and quarterbacks. The state's large and diverse population helps bring a variety of playing styles and skill sets. California players often have a great mix of speed and technical ability, which makes them exciting to watch. The climate also helps players stay active and train all year. While California may not always be the first state people think of for football, the talent coming out of places like Los Angeles and the Bay Area is definitely making waves in recruiting circles. 6. Louisiana. Number 6 is Louisiana. Louisiana has a long history of producing tough, hard-nosed football players who bring intensity to the field. In 2026, the state is known for its physical defensive players and strong running backs. The culture in Louisiana is passionate about football, and players often have a chip on their shoulder, ready to prove themselves. High schools like John Curtis Christian have built a national reputation for developing players who succeed at the college level and beyond. Louisiana's talent pool may be smaller compared to states like Texas or Florida, but the quality of players is very high. Their toughness and physical style make them valuable recruits for programs looking to add grit to their rosters. 5. Ohio. At number 5, we find Ohio. Ohio is often called a football hotbed for good reason. The state has a deep love for the game and a history of producing NFL stars. In 2026, Ohio is bringing in a lot of strong defensive players, especially linebackers and defensive backs. The competition in Ohio high school football is intense, with teams regularly competing at a high level. The cold weather also means players develop mental toughness along with their physical skills. Ohio's programs focus on fundamentals, discipline, and physicality, which prepares players well for college football. Fans in Ohio take their football seriously, and the culture supports players who want to reach the next level. 4. Alabama. Moving on to number 4, Alabama is not just about college football success. The state is producing a lot of future college stars as well. Alabama's youth football programs and high schools are known for building strong, well-rounded players. For 2026, Alabama is particularly strong in producing offensive linemen and running backs. The state's focus on hard-nosed, physical football continues to shape players who can compete at any level. The combination of great coaching and a football-first mindset makes Alabama a key place for talent scouts to watch. The passion for football in Alabama is intense, and many players grow up dreaming of playing for big programs, which pushes them to work harder every day. 3. Pennsylvania. At number 3, Pennsylvania has always been a great source of football talent, and 2026 is no different. Known for producing tough, smart players, Pennsylvania's talent pool has a strong mix of skill positions and defensive players. The state has a reputation for producing hardworking athletes who don't back down from a challenge. Pennsylvania's high school football scene features some traditional rivalries and intense games that prepare players well for college competition. The cold weather also plays a role in developing mental toughness. Players here are disciplined and ready to work, and many Pennsylvania recruits have a solid football IQ that makes them valuable assets for college teams. 2. Michigan. Number 2 on the list is Michigan. Michigan's football talent has been rising steadily, and 2026 is no exception. The state has a balanced mix of offensive and defensive players who show great athleticism and football smarts. Michigan is known for producing versatile players who can fill multiple roles on the field, which is attractive to college coaches. The youth football programs and high school teams are well organized, with good coaching that emphasizes fundamentals and teamwork. Michigan's tough winters add an extra layer of resilience to players, preparing them for the grind of college football. The state's talent is gaining more national attention, and it's becoming a more common stop for college recruiters. 1. North Carolina. And finally, the top spot for 2026 goes to North Carolina. North Carolina has seen a huge surge in football talent in recent years, and this year's class is especially impressive. The state is producing a wide range of talent, from dynamic quarterbacks and receivers to powerful linemen and linebackers. What makes North Carolina stand out is the combination of speed, size, and skill across multiple positions. The youth football culture here is growing rapidly, and the state's high school programs are gaining national respect. North Carolina also benefits from strong competition within the state, which pushes players to get better every year. So there you have it, the top 10 states producing the best football talent in 2026. From the traditional powerhouses like Texas and Florida to rising stars like North Carolina and Michigan, each state brings something unique to the table. Whether it's speed, toughness, skill, or a mix of everything, these players are the future of football. Thanks for hanging out and exploring this list with me. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more football updates and insights. Catch you next time.